Greetings everyone, please give me a moment to make sure everything's set. Twitter is going. YouTube is going. Twitch appears to be going. Rumble going. Looks like everything's going. Give me a moment to check my other computer as music starts blaring. Yep, looks like everything's good to go. So let's go and get started. I don't have too many replays. Let's see. Oh, that one's not. One. Yeah, I really don't have many replays now, do I? For the game? That's a strange name for a replay. By the way, let's go and get started.
I know these lands well.
And that one's not good. Oh boy. Yep. A little bit too sensitive. Much better. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn bottom side as the Green Dutch, we have King of Osemain. Spawn north side as the Red French, we have Melancola, I think. Either way, do we have a deck here? Nope. And do we have a deck here? No, we do not. When it comes to Natus map, we do have the Shaolin Temple, which can give you access to Rattan Shields, and the Zen Temple. So these are two different ones. The Zen Temple can give you access to the Shohei Naginata. Looks like this man will stab that blind monk and steal his cinnamon. What else is a blind monk supposed to do other than smell? You monster. And down here, we do have him killing off a lizard to grab some sandalwood trees. I noticed in this map as well, there is a whole bunch of neutral trading posts inside the map. Not familiar with this map. Can they torch it down? Capture this trading post by defeating the Guardians. Oh, so it's actually a pre-built one, so there's Guardians nearby. Oh, these blind monks, these 4 blind monks is keeping this trading post secure. Interesting. That's interesting mechanics. So all 5 trading posts has a pre-existing built trading post, in which you have to clear them out. It is 4 of them there, so that's probably not doable in not Dark Age, Exploration Age. Though the Aztecs may be able to do it with the Warrior Priest and Eagle Scout, but still be a bit difficult. You snipe that lizard and steal his spruce trees. And now we have decks selected for the Dutch. We got Villagers, Bank of Amsterdam, Clan Militia, Food Woodwood Coin, a Pikemen, Infantry Attack, Team Infantry Hit Points, Hussars, Bank Wagon, Religious Freedom, Food Wood Coin, Skirmishers, more Skirmishers, Infantry Combat, Hussars, Routier, more Routier, Cavalry Combat, Factory and Factory. And no Tulip Speculation. It's usually pretty standard for Dutch decks. For the French, we do have an age up, the Quartermaster. The Dutch is now aging up to the Quartermaster. We got the deck 1v1. We got Villagers, Economic 30, more Villagers, Woodwood Coin, Crossbowmen, Range Infantry Hit Points, Hussars, Cavalry Hit Points, Wilderness Warfare, Wood Coin, Team Sengales, Riflemen, Skirmishers, more Skirmishers, Cuirassiers, Cavalry Combat, Dragoons, Falconets, Higher Hessian Jaegers, Heavy Cannons, Factory. You hear quite a bit of wood being collected up, and this time it's by the French. The French is rapidly grabbing up wood, maybe eyeing for a quicker barracks. Marco Polo sheep. I wonder if they like head pats. You now have this trading post going up, so both of the native trading posts are being built by the French. This one's being auto-constructed. Green will spot this, so the French is going to eye some native aggression, as well as maybe a bit of naked aggression. We do have the Great Coat now being cancelled. The Dutch going for more villagers. Got a bit of villagers on coin, none on wood. So he may be not eyeing for any additional banks. Maybe just shipping one bank in. But you should see these trading posts being built. So Ratchet Shields are shock infantry. I'm not sure about the Naganatas, which I think is good against cavalry and heavy buildings. So this is a heavy infantry and a shock infantry. So crossbones would be a good idea, but he's going for wood, probably just to get some infrastructure going. But he sees his natives. There's the only reason why you're going for natives like this if you want to go for aggression. He doesn't have the native treaties. Bring in a shipment of couriers. Bring in some Naganatas now. Let's take a look at them. They have 13 damage, 27 siege, 140 health. Good multipliers. They don't have the same multipliers as pikemen, but I think they have a little bit higher base damage and higher health. Ratchet Shields, of course, a shock infantry. He's going to take time to clean out the blind monks. The Ratchet Shields are actually pushing the way forward with the cover formation active. He does have a good number of villagers next to his town center, clicking some wood here. There goes those blind monks, so that should give him this trading post. Yes, it does. Oh, it comes upgraded with a stagecoach as well. Ratchet Shields moving around. They do have 16 damage and 185 health. Got multiple banks going for the Dutch. More of the Naganatas that do have good siege damage. Ratchet Shields, not so much. Trying to find these villagers here. And their cover formation, they still move pretty quickly, don't they? Does get some hits there. He does have town militia, so it does do extra damage. The town center. And two of them does get sniped, so you can perhaps play around the single town center. Up to do 135 damage per shot, which should be able to shot these Ratchet Shields, even with the 20% range resist. More of the Naganatas and more of the shock Ratchet Shields. He's eyeing for all these Naganatas since they have good torch damage. Crossbows being shipped on in. Their bonus damage versus heavy is not too great. This reduces the cavalry training time by 5%. He can bring in not only town militia, but also bring in conscription. Does not have enough gold for conscription. One villager does take some damage there. Other villagers get inside. He may be saving up for conscription. Bringing up a shipment of food as well. That villager is getting hit. There's a shipment. Bring in just the militia. Needs more food before we can bring in the conscription. It's like 450 if I remember correctly. It does take time to build some walls here. I'm gonna try to torch down the walls. That one got quickly torched down. That one villager does go down. Town militia being microed around. He does have enough for conscription, but I think he's trying not to go for it. He may be trying to go for the age. I've got more of the Naganatas. And I think at this point in time, he needs conscription, though. He is fighting out a pretty sizable army. This provides conscription, right? Yeah, conscription is set to active. Bring a shipment of pikemen. And now there's a round of crossbows by the French. Which those can be one-shotted by the town center, which he is. Going for a house here. Oh, he's at pop cap. Dutch Townsend is taking some damage. He may bring out Conscript at the same time with the pikemen. There's Conscription. There we go, perfectly timed. He does have 12 militia now. Pikemen's also engaging. And pikemen do bonus damage with shock infantry, so they're going to be doing just fine right there. Some of the crossbows are getting hit. And the Explorer does go down. Town Center will need repairs. Got a handful of pikemen to engage those pikemen, so the Dutch has held. The French is eyeing for more Rattan shields. The pikemen do have less damage than those Naganatas by quite a bit, but they do have higher multipliers, which are not important at this moment. I suppose against the shock infantry is not half bad. Going for more Naganatas, more of the Rattan shields, more of the villagers. Now the militia, who all survived the conflict, have 1 health. They can still offer good damage. We got a barracks going on up. He realizes he needs that up and going. Still got a good number of Rattan shields. More pikemen would be a good idea. As long as the militia stays in the back, they should be just fine. They offer good damage. They still retain their full 26 damage. We now got the Wilderness Warfare, improve the hit points of natives. The militia's starting to get overran. Rattan shields taking some severe damage from the pikemen. Some of the Rattan shields are moving around. He does have the Explorer back here. And Explorer does close the choke point there, but he is getting completely surrounded there. We do have a barracks right here. Bring in some Hussars and some Skirmishers. Skirmishers will not be good against the Rattan shields, but they will be good against the Naganatas. They are classified as heavy. Rattan shields moving around. Consider has been repaired on up. Skirmishers getting hit. Going for Hussars and a shipment of Hussars. Skirmishers are trying to clean up all the Naganatas so the Hussars can take out the Rattan shields a little bit easier. And there's a shipment of Hussars. Naganata's now rotating around. And there's a round of Hussars. All the skirmishers have gone down. Going for more skirmishers now. Needs a bit of coin. The Townsend is firing away. More Naganatas, more Rattan shields. More skirmishers still being blown on the field. Needs another shipment. The French signed for a shipment of Hussars of his own. And there's the skirmishers. Hussars are pushed way forward. Skirmishers have to make sure they hit those Naganatas. Hussars may want to be in a general attack order right now. Let the skirmishers pick off the Naganatas. Get some good hits there. He's starting to hold. Needs the villagers out of the town center. All of them are quite wounded. He does have 26 villagers, so he has a handful of villagers migrating around these ones. Going for the bank wagon. Right now he does have, what, 5 banks on the field? 4 banks. Now put him up to 5. Does not have religious freedoms research. Hussar is now pushing me forward, trying to hunt down those Rattan shields. Or for quite a bit of coin here. The Dutch is out of resources. The French are bringing a shipment of coin. He's pretty close to aging up. He may be eyeing for age up now. Taking out more of the trade posts. And now this trade post will transfer over to him. Just going for more skirmishers. He has now a good number of villagers on food. The French has quite a bit of trade out in the field, which is enough for the Monopoly victory, right? Only controlling 5, build 4 out of 5. Yep. It says he has enough. Go for it. We do now have the Exile Prince, as well as more Rattan shields. Pikemen won't be half bad in this situation, since they are weaker than Naganatas, but at least they'll be in the front line and be able to engage Rattan shields a bit more freely. More Hussars being deployed on out. You may want to push forward the Hussars to help get some of these guys down. He doesn't take out any of the trading posts either. Post now aged up. Going for the Shim of Cuirassiers. Or Cuirassiers, or however you pronounce that. Wood collection. Range infantry gets increased melee attack. And Radin shields get plus 50% damage. Over here we do have Zen Master lessons increasing hand infantry attack by 10%. 1,000 experience. And reduces the upgrade cost of everything by 20%. Unit upgrade costs. It does itself cost quite a bit of resources, so it may not be that great to actually get a refund. This thing probably needs to be reduced down quite a bit. Radin Shields hitting some of these villagers. Right now the French at 33 villagers, the Dutch is at 30. And now the Dutch is aging up, going for the Exile Prince. More veteran dragoons, some light cavalry. Steel traps not being researched. Dutch has this training post. I wonder, do these go between players? Yep, they do actually convert. Now have a Shimmer Routier, more Routier, and Dragoons being pulled them out. More Dragoons and Skirmishers being pulled out by the French. Going for Shimmer Skirmishers as well. Routier being brought on in.
Votre ordre. Votre ordre. Clair.
We got an army of 44 versus an army of 13, but of course no, those are not the Cuirassiers. These guys, the Cuirassiers, which they do have 3 population each. Looks like the French has a population army around closer to 50 versus the Dutch is closer to 70. So right now the Dutch has a much larger force in the field. Some of the trading posts are converting. And now we do have the veteran Hussar research. Everything's veteran for the French. We do have, let's see, 18 damage, 20 range versus 18 damage, 20 range. So they appear to be, actually the French right now are much higher health thanks to Luminous Warfare improves his health of skirmishers. Dutch skirmishers, of course, can be improved by infantry combat. Some of the French skirmishers are going down. They're a little bit outnumbered. We've got a good number of Hussars and Dragoons here to support out the skirmishers. Oh, and it looks like a number of these villages are going down, getting AoE'd down by the Cuirassiers. Dragoons charge, or Hussars push away forward. Routier as well does take out some of the Cuirassiers. Here comes skirmishers. The Green Explorer could activate Sharpshooter. And the house is drawing a little bit of fire there. We've got some French villagers here which could be focused down. Dragons charging away forward. Got these Hussars managed to connect onto the skirmishers. Routiers and skirmishers engaging the Dragoons. And red backs of the game. The Sandgrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. That was the right one. And that replay is not good. Great. Now there goes another replay, and I have one remaining. Ah, that stream's not going too well. I had at least 5, and most of them are not good. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replays. Well, on the north side as the red British, we have Posse 99. On the south side as the blue Swedes, we have Madonna. No deck selected just yet. And no deck selected just yet either. When it comes to native on the map, we've got the Mapuche settlement, which can give you access to the Mapuche Ironwood Clubmen and some Mapuche Polis Riders. Name of the explorer is William Smith. I can't tell if that's a randomly generated name or custom name. And Carl Gustav Rinskold, which could be randomly generated. I think that one's randomly generated. There's quite a bit of drama on the map in the form of these llamas. And looks like he will claim. No, that's Red's flag there. Llama has been seized. So are these trapped Koipu, whatever our Koipu is. He may kill off this bandit below gunner and steal his Havasa Monarch. I have no idea what that is. And the llama does get back home. He does have a couple corpses here. This one's providing a decent amount of wood as well as other resources. We got the 1v1 deck, which includes villagers, pioneers, villagers, wood, coin, longbowmen, musketeers, Scots guards, team grenadiers guards, cavalry hit points, more villagers, coin, longbowmen, yeomen, musketeers, Coldstream guard, hussars, cavalry combat, falconets, fort, concrete rockets, factory, and factory. For Swedes, got 1v1 mountain, including blueberries, settlers, wood coin, hand combat, team house Bernadette, Juliet Sickleburg, which gives you a leather cannon and a artillery foundry, 2 leather cannons, Eisenberg Ironworks, Dominion, Infinite Wilkenbach allies, coin, blackberries, platoon fire, hussars, falconets, snaplock, contract Hessian Jaegers, copper mines, trample tactics, heavy cannon, factory, and Siva lifeguard. This pirate will go down and will steal his mahogany. We do now the age up to the governor, and his opponent is going to the governor. Does snipe that local doggo, and that exotic doggo will go down. Just leaving 1 wolf, and they will steal his porcupine quill. So 100 experience, so that would give him enough for another shipment. And a little bit extra. There's 2 llamas still remaining over here. Starting to hit that wolf now. We do now have the market going on up. We've got quite a bit of wood being collected by both players, so both players eyeing for a bit of either Torp or Manor Boom. And the Torp here. There's Torp set next to his coin deposit. And Red could pick up that Koipu. We do now have the fresh outpost wagon there. We do have Red's outpost wagon being deployed out right here, while Blue's eyeing for a stable next to the scaffolding the outpost, while Red's eyeing for a barracks here Blue has an outpost wagon as well from the governor going out right there. It's going to get very messy very quickly in the center of the map. It looks like a red could not deploy his outpost there thanks to the Torp. Also got a shipment of musketeers being pulled out. The outpost should be built in time. Getting some torches there. The Explorer could get some pot shots onto the opposing Explorer. More musketeers being queued on out, as well as some steel traps. Over here we do got the shipment of Wilkenbach allies from point of view, which gives 7 mounted troopers. Your spears be a light infantry, not a heavy infantry. Bavarian skirmisher. Spot enemies that recently been hit, and gains higher range and attack speed with promotions. Musketeers now engaging. The Explorer does go down. Musketeers, of course, can defend themselves. Engaging melee. The mounted troopers do have less DPS in melee than at range. The musketeers do offer decent melee damage. Skirmishers started to push way forward. Got 2 of them elite, 1 of them veteran. Now one's fully heroic. Musketeers trying to retaliate. We got the outpost fighting some fire support. More hussars there, which won't be super great against all the musketeers. The Swedish players now eyeing for some leather cannon. Hussars to take a little bit of damage there. Skirmishers push way forward. They do offer a fully heroic 22 range and a pretty good attack speed as well. Right now, they're getting quite vetted. All of them are at least vetted. 2 of them fully heroic, 2 of them veteran, and 1 elite. Got some longbowmen on the field. He's focused on this wounded one, which does get a kill there, so doing some good work there. Hussars now engaging the longbowmen and the Explorer. And now the Hussars will be overrunning the longbowmen, no problem. Keep the mounted troopers away. Got some militia being brought on in. Bleeding out some veterancy here. It looks like 5 of them can't one-shot a militiaman. They do offer 15 damage. Musketeers now push way forward, able to engage the Bavarians. Their increased attack speed would be very useful, but now we've got that leather cannon now engaging. To the Bavarians remain. Not many skirmish from musketeers remaining, however. Here are the 2 leather cannons. They can't one-shot musketeers, but they will come close. What's that, Torp? Looks like I got the minions now deployed on the field. Has another shipment available. Go for another leather cannon. Just going for shipment of wood. Leather cannons don't offer bonus damage for buildings, and they're not classified as siege units either, so outposts will do full damage to them. I was curious, why is it called leather cannon? They don't look like made out of leather. And now more musketeers and hussars being pulled up by the British. Another round of musketeers being pulled on out. Hussars trying to find an opportunity to engage these villagers. Some of the hussars are going to get stabbed a little bit. These villagers are starting to get hit there. Got another round of British hussars now here to engage. Got a round of Carolyn's been put on the field. There's like one Bavarian still remains. So he'll probably get taken out relatively shortly. He does not have good siege damage. The Bavarian will go down. So looks like all the Bavarians have been killed. One Hussar is still in the region. Carolyn's do offer standard siege damage. And there goes that outpost. Now got the Eisenberg Ironworks improving gold income from the torps. Right now the British player does have 37 villagers versus the Swedish player 27. He does currently have 12 torps, each one providing about 1 villager's worth of income. So add 12 to 27, which is approximately 39 versus 38. So the village counts are very similar. British players not building more villagers constantly. British player now going for a round of research. Some of these musketeers may go down.
Befehl?
Commandment?
All these Hussars may get gunned down. We'll see the damage. Looks like some of these Hussars are just getting tied up on the terrain.
Ready. Yes.
More manners are currently going on up. Due to a round of pikemen being pulled out by the Swedish player. Not only offer good anti-cavalry damage, but offer good siege damage as well. Now Swedish player's not building any more villagers. Does find the explorer right there.
Ready.
More leather cannons now being put on the field, which should be decent fire support against the musketeers. Right now, there's just a good number of hussars. The Swedish hussars and the British hussars are basically on equal footing. It all comes to the supporting units. Carolyn's do offer good multipliers versus heavy to get plus 50% versus heavy cav, putting them closer to 30 damage, while the musketeers have base damage of 23.
Befehl?
Lawrence pushes his way forward. Got a number of musketeers, but it looks like right now most of the British army is actually hussars. Overall, looks like the Sweden army is going to be doing just fine. Has an adequate number of leather cannon engaged those musketeers, and actually a decent number of pikemen for those hussars. While the British Hausen going down, he's far from being pop capped. Starting to engage. Leather cannons get a good volley onto the musketeers. Leather cannon needs to focus down those musketeers. Pitching them down. Carolyn's engaging the hussars. More hussars engaging hussars. Some pikemen still alive. All the pikemen now down. More hussars being pulled up by the British player. Carolyn's just trying to fight around the leather cannons. Looks like most of the British musketeers are down. Needs to make sure those leather cannons are constantly fighting against the musketeers and not hitting the hussars. Get some good volleys there. They're really stacked up. Some of the leather cannons are starting to get overran, but the Carolyn's in a good position. Another leather cannon back here. And the rest of these units are down. So red does lose his entire army. There's not much left of blue's army, so reinforcing the border. The British player is going for Scots Green Guards. He has no more shipments he can bring on in. Another round of musketeers. 2 leather cannon remaining. More hussars and musketeers been pulling field. Got blueberries and pikemen. There's a round of hussars there, and they're going to be eventually intercepted. Not really hitting leather cannon all too well. Musketeers will move forward. 1 hussar remains. 1 leather cannon remains. The hussar does go down. More of the musketeers is being gunned down there. Team House Bernadette being researched, and the British Bird's not going for any more military units at the moment. Low on food. Bringing a shipment of coin. Barracks not going on up. Some of these villagers may get hit. Stable's kind of going down. Going for more musketeers. Let's try to go for another stable. Right now, these Carolines are getting a little bit more healthy. These villagers not getting hit there. No response from musketeers. And it looks like red does back of the game. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And let's see if I think that's my last replay. Yep. This is not a replay. So, yep. I suppose we can try on the live games lobby. But this is never fun. Trying to find a game this way. Let's find the highest rank game we can see. Over 1 Supremacy. And usually this just bugs out. Yep, and this is one reason why I don't go to the live games lobby. It is such a pain in the butt. Yep. Yep. Well, I tried. My apologies, but I have no more replays left, and I can't get any from the live games because that has never worked all too well. Sorry about that. So I'm going to have to end the stream early. My apologies. Well, have a good evening.